and the best solution would be that a suitable instructor at the center gives these lessons. The second point of learning the English language is that non-resident members of the center Roland and Hannah should learn the language through their own initiative. However, it is possible that Hannah, as a result of her residence nearby, could participate in each of the lessons at the center. There will be a test on the state of knowledge of the English language after the 12-month period. According to our precise calculations, it is necessary that during the running 12 months, for the obtaining of the necessary knowledge of the group members, a daily study of 57 minutes has to take place, whereby all previously existing material is to be included in the study. The sale of books that are already published as bound works must be urgently promoted, with Elsie and Bernadette, each individually and on their own initiative, taking over the foreign book sales. They should independently visit the bookstores and place the already published books there. Your wife has to lead the stock of writings and the sales of writings and books at the center and through the postal service, and she should also try to make the necessary addresses, etc. with a typewriter. For this and other reasons, she should try to learn how to type on a machine. In addition, regarding her, it is my personal wish that, starting on the 1st of September 1980, she only speaks with the children Gilgamesh, Atlantis, and Methuselah, as well as Atlant in their native language, and that Methuselah only speaks with Atlant in his native language, so that the children still have the possibility of learning the language in a very natural way. This implies that she only speaks Greek exclusively with the children, except for the school work that she must do with them, as you explained to me once. It is simply incomprehensible to me that so far, she has acted so irresponsibly and has not already taught the children their native language since their birth. For outside work, in particular garden, land, and forest work, all group members are required to be involved in such in the future as is necessary. This goes without exception. The order of the garden will occur in the future according to Quetzal's precise information, as well as the garden's production. Quetzal's exercises, in addition to his technical, medical, and various craft occupations, also includes being a cultural creator and cultural examiner, so he is very well versed in these matters. He will talk to you about this thoroughly after his return and give you the necessary suggestions. The direction of the center, with the beginning of the 12 months, automatically lies in your hands again. At the center itself, no new building expansions should be carried out for the time being, except necessary maintenance work, etc. One of Quetzal's friends, Isoborn, has dealt thoroughly with earthly civil engineering and is highly trained in it. About Quetzal, he will let you know all of the necessities so that you can take these interests to hand according to his advice and suggestions. In the future, neither smaller nor larger buildings are to be set up around the main buildings or in the open country. The center should be a place of harmony and beauty, so everything must be designed in such a way that does justice to this picture. So far, what has been designed and made under your direction is extremely satisfactory and very good. Each of the planted shrubs and every tree that has been planted into the soil is landscape adorning and corresponds to our mental image. Particularly, Quetzal has joyfully expressed himself about this and commented on what an excellent job you have done. Regrettably, however, in the garden, everything has taken a turn for the worse, is neglected, runs wild, and is ignorantly designed, although this was completely different in the first year of the garden's development, and nothing can be done for the better. In the land and forest areas, different passable ways still need to be designed according to Quetzal's instructions. By and large, these are ways that you also have already deemed to be necessary. The work begun with the fairy pond should still be brought to an end before next autumn, as well as several other ongoing works, about which Quetzal will inform you in detail. Within 3 years at the latest, the land and forest areas of the center should have been changed and utilized so much that a preserved operation comes about from it. If it should actually be possible, all group members living in the center should be in full operation with their duties after the deadline, such that no more wage-taking work must be performed, as is presently still the case. After this time, the operation should bring in enough as a gardening operation such that self-preservation is guaranteed in every respect. And in the future, Elsie is responsible for teaching all of the children. At least a 3-hour lesson per week is appropriate, during which the children, according to their own will be taught all aspects of our mission and teachings in the future. She has to ensure in this case, and, indeed, elsewhere, that she dams their insolence and their disputatious senses, which often give rise to inconsistencies. It is a matter for them, as well as any other, to be taught and to discard everything that is of evil. Oh, for the gardening operation that is to begin, I almost forgot to mention, Quetzal wants to leave you some seed potatoes from one of our potato varieties. In a few weeks, he will leave them in your workspace for you, so you don't need to strive any further. It's only necessary that you bring us 1 or 2 suitable containers, which you can simply position correctly so that we can simply provide them and collect them there. In the future, your direction of the center should be tight, and any work that is to be carried out, no matter what kind, should always be done in consultation with you. You will divide the work and arrange it according to your own discretion or according to our information. All work of every kind has to be carried out according to a certain order, and no exceptions can be made to the contrary, unless you expressly arrange this. In the coming time, timetables for the work to be completed are to be kept so that in certain specified periods of time, work should be carried out and be completed. Exceptions can only be made in special cases. This also means that in the future, the group members that are not directly living in the center have to cooperate in any work, and a monthly minimum of 8 hours will be assigned to them. Only through this tight order, as is common knowledge to each earthly place of employment, will progress in all aspects be guaranteed. Through negligence, the already finished writings have not been produced so far in the necessary book format through a suitable printing process, so we have now made the determination that within the running time of the 12 months, 4 titles are to be produced in this format. According to our calculations, the first to be processed in this format are the Law of Love, then the Decalogue, and the Prophecies. We will leave the 4th book to your free choice, but I would personally like to point out that your storybook, which spoke to me extremely well, would be worth disseminating in quick succession. It seems to me that this book is a work that appeals to all ages and that, despite its fantastic construction, provides an unusually large amount of knowledge and also stimulates much thinking. The periods for producing the books are fixed at 3 months apiece, which we must hold to under all circumstances. For this reason, the first completion of the first work must occur by the end of the month of November, 1980. Afterwards, another book should follow every 3rd month. The coming time and the necessary changes require even further regulations to obtain order. For this reason, for visitors of the center, if it concerns parties interested in all of our mission, certain visiting times must be set, which should extend to 2 days of the week and be limited in their duration. One chosen for this is Tuesday, from 6:00 to 8:00 p.m., and the other is Sunday, during the time from 9:00 am to 1:00 p.m. Visitor reception and their dispatching have to take place in each case and according to demand by 1 to 3 group members, alternating in their composition from week to week, and the 3-week rotation should apply. To prevent long discussions, we have already made an arrangement that is to be kept. So the following regulations apply: 1st week Elsie, Jacobus, Eva; 2nd week your wife, Connie, Maria; 3rd week Engelbert, Madeline, Bernadette. This system must enter into force as soon as the first of the 12 months has gone by, while the remaining persons not used for this task have to do the necessary budgetary work. In reference to the night watch, we notice that there is constant disorder and that different responsible persons often sleep during this task. This should no longer appear in the future, but it should be that those who are responsible are alert and fulfilling their obligations in this regard. Also with regard to the tasks, a somewhat unreasonable opinion prevailed.